is a CBS News Special Report. I'm Michelle Gielan at CBS News headquarters in New York. An American icon of politics is dead. Massachusetts Senator Edward Kennedy passed away Tuesday night after suffering from brain cancer. He was 77. CBS News correspondent Katie Kirk takes a look back at the life of the last surviving son of an American political dynasty.
If $20 billion deficits were wrong under the Democrats, then $200 billion deficits are at least as wrong when the Republicans are in power.
Some called him the liberal lion.
You hear that? We are excluded from having an opportunity to debate this because of the power of the insurance industry.
Others, the keeper of the Kennedy flame.
In our family, he's known as Uncle Teddy.
When a gravely ill Ted Kennedy bounded to the stage at last year's Democratic National Convention, the nation was riveted, knowing the speech he'd give would likely be among his last.
The hope rises again, and the dream lives on.
But the legacy of the Kennedy dynasty is dreams not realized, and Ted was no exception. He was born Edward Moore Kennedy in 1932, the youngest of Joseph and Rose's 9 children. Like his older brothers before him, Kennedy attended Harvard and then went to law school.
Ask not.
When his older brother won the presidency, Massachusetts voters sent then 30-year-old Ted Kennedy to fill JFK's Senate seat, and they never let him leave.
I ask you to join with me. Together we can build the future of Massachusetts.
But the Kennedy family would soon seem tragically star-crossed. With John Kennedy assassinated in 1963 and his brother Bobby gunned down during his presidential bid 5 years later. Ted Kennedy himself dodged death twice. First, when a twin-engine plane carrying him to the 1964 Democratic Convention crashed, and then during a more notorious accident in 1969, one that would follow him to his grave. When Kennedy drove his Oldsmobile Delmont off Dyke Bridge on Chappaquiddick Island, his passenger, Mary Jo Kopechne, died in the crash. Kennedy left the scene and didn't notify authorities until his young companion's body was discovered the following day.
This morning, I entered a plea of guilty to the charge of leaving the scene of an accident.
Chappaquiddick continued to dog Kennedy when he challenged incumbent President Jimmy Carter for the White House in 1980.
The cause endures, the hope still lives, and the dream shall never die.
But it was his rambling response to this question from CBS's Roger Mudd that crippled his campaign.
Why do you want to be president?
Well, were I to make the announcement and to run.
He would never seek the Oval Office again. Instead, he honed his legislative skills as a senator, forming personal alliances with adversaries.
We have a good record together, except that whenever it happens, he gets all kinds of credit, and I get beaten up like you can't believe by the conservatives.
And making health care, labor law, and education the cornerstones of his political agenda.
In building our coalition with the
Kennedy, the hardline liberal, withstood a Republican revolution and won the respect of Republican presidents.
He is a fabulous United States Senator. When he's against you, it's tough. When he's with you, it is a great experience.
But when it appeared the Democrats might once again win the White House, Kennedy wouldn't let history happen without him.
I have come here tonight to rise to our best ideals and to elect Barack Obama President of the United States.
He braved sub-freezing temperatures to see Barack Obama sworn in as the nation's 44th president. But reportedly overcome by the cold and exhausted from excitement, Kennedy suffered a seizure at the inaugural luncheon.
Right now, a part of me is with him.
But President Obama would have one last opportunity to honor his friend and one-time fellow senator when he led guests in a chorus of happy birthday at a gala for Kennedy earlier this year. Ted Kennedy once said he didn't mind not being president. He just minded that someone else was. But as the United States' second longest serving senator, he's left an indelible mark on a nation and its capital that no other Kennedy, nor anyone else for that matter, ever has.
Senator Kennedy is survived by his second wife, Vicki Kennedy, his ex-wife, Joan, and 3 children. There will be more on the life of Senator Kennedy on upcoming CBS News broadcasts, including a 1-hour special, Ted Kennedy, The Last Brother, anchored by Katie Couric. That's Wednesday night at 8 p.m. For now, this has been a CBS News Special Report. I'm Michelle Gielan, CBS News, New York.
For news 24 hours a day, go to cbsnews.com.